Welcome to the Recharge podcast with Conor and Danielle McSorley.
Time for the happy pod. Let's go.
Right, Danielle, introduce us. Let's go.
Okay, this is the Recharge podcast, as Conor said, with Conor and Danielle McSorley. He had on a blooper at the start, but we'll get over that part. Maybe add it in.
We've got a producer and he can edit it out, which is brilliant.
Or Nathan, keep it in.
We've Nathan behind the cameras here, and we'd be completely beat without him because we don't know what we're doing.
We don't have a clue. If you'll realise after time that me and Conor wing absolutely everything in life, that's why we have 6 children. That's probably the biggest niche about us, I would say. And it's a lot of people that either people are impressed or they think, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong with you?
In equal measure.
So we're going to talk a bit about that, I think.
Aye. Well, we didn't really plan very well what we were going to do. We had an appointment this morning and I'm here in my jumper because I had a meeting and we're just kind of running last minute.
You don't have any other clothes? What are you talking about?
That's it. We the problem is because I'm working and then running to do this here, you just don't get a minute. It's absolutely crazy, but it's grand. We make it work.
We'll make it work. The reason we started this podcast is because me and Conor are opposites in a lot of ways. You like long, detailed podcasts about factual information that I can't be bothered listening to. And I like quite lighthearted and family ones and couple ones, which there's not many about, actually.
Well, that was one of the things that we had talked about. I've always wanted to do a podcast since I started listening to Blind Boy way back in 2018 or 2017, I think, maybe 2015. But anyway, I listened to him for a long time and I've always wanted, I love going down rabbit holes and stuff, and I've always wanted to do a podcast and that on things that I like. But then you were like, but there'll be 6 listeners, Conor. So
not only that, whenever we go in the car together, there's not one podcast that we can both listen to or that we could talk, because I think it's a good talking thing. Like, you'll say, listen to that episode of Blind Boy, and no shade to him, but it's a 20-minute intro of I can't listen to it.
But I suppose that was one of the big reasons. Then we had talked about wanting to do one, and you talked about wanting to do one. Then we're like, well, why don't we do one together and try and find like common ground? I picked a good day to start a podcast. I've got a sore throat and
He sounds like, do you ever watch Friends, Phoebe, when she has the voice that she's trying to sing and it's all husky and she likes it? That's your podcast voice.
You do have a better singing voice, but whenever you've got...
Give us a wee rendition.
No, I'm definitely not going to do that.
No.
So that was the main reason, I think, of starting it.
And then we get questions, and we're both doing social media. You get questions. I think people are interested that we've all them children and we're childhood sweethearts. Conor's delighted. How long are you with me, Conor?
Too long. What?
Go 19, on, give me
19 years? 20 years enough. Maybe.
Well, near 2 decades.
Well, whatever it is.
But just thought it would be a lighthearted podcast that you could listen to. We'll maybe touch on some serious things, like we have a SEND child, special educational needs, if people don't know. And hopefully after a while people will ask questions we could answer, because we'd be so educated in answering.
Highly educated.
No, really. A trigger warning will be, don't take us too seriously, because we don't know, we don't have
the
answers.
But there is some stuff that's worth, like, if you have, I don't have a big platform and you have a bit of a platform and all, but it is nice if you have experienced something and you're able to help somebody and you can talk about it, then it obviously is a nice thing to do. So try not to make that everything, because it'll be people be crying the whole way through the podcast. So it'll be lighthearted, but there'll be
and not too much of being parents, because you're still Conor and I'm Danielle, and you can still. I'd like to show that you can still be yourself and have a big family, and you can still be yourself and be together this long.
Are you being yourself twice, but or just once there?
Well, it depends. Maybe 3 times, because I'm also just a really cool person. So.
Right, I'll take your word for it.
What my children tell me.
So anyway, what we're going to talk about today, we had a brief chat in the car on the way here between a meeting and coming to this.
We're together that long that we've actually couldn't remember how we met.
We were chatting, but like, what was it? So how did we meet? We'll start with that.
I feel like you're asking me because you can't remember.
No,
because
you
still didn't
van.
Clarify. But I could have told you a lie and you would have agreed, I think, at this point.
So
this is interesting. We're together from years ago, like nearly 2 decades, way before you had all your dating apps and things like that. So this is how we met. I'll tell the truth, because I kind of want to be like, you're obsessed with me, but you didn't even know I existed. So it started.
You tracked me down the thermals, didn't you?
Well, this is it. I put in. It's like you. Did you ever watch the series? I had the peak cap and all on. I was just following you. You were a couple of years above me, and you were in school, and you didn't have a clue who I was, but you were. Well, people knew you in school. You were a bit disruptive. We now realise it was probably ADHD. I just thought you were disruptive.
For avoidance of doubt, I have not been diagnosed as ADHD.
But we know, well, they say whenever you have a special needs child, one of the parents probably is not neurotypical. So we'll leave it at that.
Right, no elbows.
And then, and yeah, so I knew you from that. And then a few years later, you had left school. I was still in school, and my friend, we had a mutual friend. I'll not say her name, but she can comment if she knows. You messaged her and she's like, oh, he's wild good crack. Do you know what? I think Connor's wild nice fella. And I was like, oh, because I kind of fancied you in school, but you didn't know. You didn't know I existed still at this point. And well, you did actually, because you messaged her. You were only home from China. You went to China all that time ago, remember, with your dad?
Right,
and you asked for my number and she was like, oh, he wants your number. And I was like, oh, me? But the funny thing, you only realise how quick time has went past, is back then me and you used to chat in MSN, but you probably don't even realise this. I never knew if I was talking to you because some of your family had like a similar username. And then do you know how I knew if I was talking to you or not? Like I couldn't say like, is this Connor, and seem desperate. So I'd be like, oh, you wouldn't turn your webcam on. And then it was pure dark, and I still couldn't tell if you were a boy or a girl. I don't know why it was so dark. I don't know where you were at.
The webcams back in those days were glorified calculators with a lens.
Well,
like
I then asked
megapixel.
a question. I was like, do you have the Sims password, like a cheat code? And that's how I knew it was you or not. So, but you didn't know that. You just thought you were talking to me every time.
I used to play Sims actually, like, because we lived out in the countryside and you didn't have like my experience growing up was that you weren't going out every evening into the streets with your friends because we lived like miles from everybody. But my throat's gone here. But
oh no!
I remember playing The Sims like a very rare occasion. But all I would do is just build massive houses with no doors in them.
Or did you ever like put them in the pool and take away the ladder, and then the Grim Reaper came?
No, I didn't do that.
Did you not? Oh well, I'm telling more about my character now. But then the point about that is we were with each other from Bebo days. Like, I don't know who will listen to this if they're young or old.
God, Bebo.
It doesn't even exist anymore. Thankfully, there's no memory of our teenage years. There's no photos. You were in my top 16. And if we like didn't speak or like there was something wrong, I would like move you down. You probably didn't do this, but I did. I'd like move you down a couple.
Right.
And then like you were my other half at a point. But you think you did stay in my other half. But the top 16, I would like put you near the bottom. And then if you were like got me a big massive Valentine's card or something, I would put you back to the top. So
right,
that's cool. But nowadays it's that easy. They can just go on like, what's the app's called? I was gonna say no, that's the wrong app. Tinder. I was gonna say a different one. I don't think you're in that one. But like
not Tinder either. Jesus Christ.
But like I think it would be easier to know everything about everybody. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
social media, I know most people's favourite colour, like.
You know most people's favourite colour? If
they're on social media, like you, day in life, me as a 33-year-old mum of 6, do you imagine if I went on a date now? Like if we started now, how would I go on a date with somebody and be like, sorry, time for the happy juice, let's go, me video and everything? Like back then
you probably just wouldn't on the date. You'd maybe just refrain from that behaviour when you're on a date.
I'd have to if I got a coffee, like it'd have to be a happy juice, I'd have to do it. But I think it would be easier. I think people don't realise when you're together that long, the different stages you've been through. Like even the internet, like we didn't have social media or anything like that other than Bebo. It
was very different. Like I remember even like you BlackBerry Messenger and all that, like before the iPhones.
That's right, I loved it.
So no, it's definitely different. I don't know if it's easier nowadays or
pros and cons.
Less easy. I do think people aren't maybe as sociable. They don't go out as much anymore.
Well, I noticed that. No, I'll not call out our children specifically, but children that age, when they do meet up, it's kind of like they might sit. I've seen them sit beside each other and message each other but not talk. You know what I mean? Like if you go to somewhere and they're they'll Snapchat each other but not have the conversation.
Oh, that there. You know what that does to my brain? It makes it just go on fire. I'm sitting here going, just like be logical. The person's there, just speak. Like what? But do you ever notice as well? I'm not saying our children. I'm just going to say it. Our children don't like speaking on the phone either. They don't like ringing people.
No, that's right. And they don't know their phone numbers. Like I knew your phone number off by heart, and you. I
know
mine.
My dad's first phone number, and it's that long ago that it began with 08. If you're in the south of Ireland, it still begins with 08, but in the north it begins with 07. But it was that long ago that it began with 08.
Are you rang to house phones?
I can probably say his number now actually because it doesn't exist anymore.
Go on, but you could say it, and I won't know if it's right or wrong. Go on ahead.
08035303.
See, that could be random numbers.
I think I was 6, 7. Ask me something that's actually useful. 6, 7. Ask me something that's actually useful, like, you know, I don't know, algebra or something. I'd be like, nope,
Well, you do
Can't
know,
remember.
You know trigonometry. You're doing that with Tammy.
I remember trigonometry, and for anybody that's doing trigonometry at school and you think you're never going to use it, I used trigonometry to work out the peak of the trusses in our garage. So stay in school, folks.
And while you were doing that, I had sepsis and labour. That was like
You
that
had
exact
se-
time.
oh,
That's a
let's bring it
different
back to
story.
you.
We'll go on to that
Let's bring it
topic
back to
another
you.
time. Back to you doing that. No, so I do think it's different. That's how we met. But that doesn't mean, I wouldn't say that it's that romantic. And it was actually quite hard at times because, you know, people think it's a fairy tale. Ooh, childhood sweethearts. It's not. I think we worked, part of it was luck as well, because you change as people. Like as we grew up, we were different people, and you were allowed to go out. For example, I wasn't allowed to. I was the youngest and the only girl. Can you imagine? Do you remember that?
Remember your dad took me in the car.
Oh,
He took me, I had to take him out in the car, leave him into the town. We were going out for a good while, and then
you were allowed to come
I
to the
think
house.
I was going to, like, we were going to the cinema or something, and I
Yeah.
was going to drive me the first time, and he was like, he had said to your ma, "Oh, I'll get him to drop me into the town first
That's
to
right.
see is he a safe driver." I just drove me 2 mile an hour.
And he actually respected you for it. Whenever you come back and left, he's like, do you know what? He reminds me of me. He says whenever he was younger.
He knew what I was doing. I was driving like I was
You
doing a
with the
driving
two
test.
hands up as if that's what you're like. He says whenever, years ago, when he was going out with mummy, with granny, whenever it was time for him to go home, she used to like get the brush and like bang the roof, and then he would just bang straight back down, and like granny would go mental. But he was like, that's the same respect he has for you, because you were cheeky enough too. Like you said to him, you were like, that's not the way I normally drive, I promise.
Good times, but
Tell me something, like tell me why you fell in love with me. Go on. Do you notice girls ask really random questions? It's like, if we're just sitting there, I'll be
girls
like,
ask questions to lads.
would
that
you
lads
love me if
don't
I was a
have.
worm?
But they don't, like, they ask questions that lads don't have the answer to. Like,
But it's easy to
would
say.
you love me
just
if I
say-
was a worm?
Just say yes.
What?
One of her daughters, actually, do you remember she said that years ago? She's only like 2, and she'd come up and ask for chocolate, and you don't hear, and you'd be like, what do you want? Just say yes.
Oh, I didn't hear the first
That's
time.
that. No, well, I do think childhood sweethearts, it's pros and cons that way. That's where we're at. We've gone off topic there.
So that's how we met, and you basically chased me, and then like clung on to me as.
And then
tight as
when
possible.
we are married, now I'm running away from you and you're running after me. Oh, and then we had our first child young as well. That's
Aye.
another, I suppose, introduction, because we're kind of giving an introduction with no introductions. We had Tammy when we were young, and that's even, like, people romanticize that too. It was brilliant, but that's also hard, because while you're childhood sweethearts, you're also growing up as
I think
parents.
it was the first. It was kind of a bit of a wake up call for me, because before that you were messing about and partying, and like you weren't taking things life serious. And then obviously then when you've to,
responsibilities all of a
to
sudden.
pay for somebody, and
Although it hit
responsibilities.
me first, probably because I was pregnant.
Aye.
Probably, I think for the man, mostly it's whenever the baby's born, it's like, oh, right, I have this wee
Aye.
person now. But then the hard thing with that was navigating, still like doing your hobbies and dreams and things. So like you went
So
and
we
played
sat down
County.
and we talked about our dreams and all, and then you put yours into a lunchbox and put it under the bed.
No, you
and
threw
then I
mine in
went
the
playing
bin.
hurling.
You threw mine in the bin, and all you done was play hurling for counties.
That's-
You were driving.
that's
You
not
also
fair,
played
like.
club back then. Am I right in saying club didn't stop? Do you
I don't
remember?
know,
Now,
can't remember. I think you're
the
making
club
this up
doesn't
now.
happen, then you're going to county. So,
Club and county played together, in fairness, at the same time of year. So you were training for one.
and then they
the other.
went like bonding weekends for like why did they need a bonding weekend when they trained together all the way?
Crack, obviously.
But your dream was to play in Croke Park, and in fairness, you got to play in Croke Park.
No, it wasn't my dream. See, you weren't even listening.
That was your hurling dream, to
No.
play in Croke Park.
No,
What was it?
it was to
Marry me.
To play in an
Oh.
All Ireland Croke Park, an All Ireland final.
Right, okay, well, you done it.
Aye, but
You did come off
you
with
weren't
a cramp.
listening. Aye, well,
How long was that in?
55th minute or something.
Right, you didn't do that well.
No,
That wasn't good.
didn't. Bad day for parish. Thank you so much, for
then
crushing my dream.
You're welcome. And then, what's our story from then?
But that's your dream when you're
I know
15
it
or
changes.
16 or 7.
Aye.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Whenever you get older, and up until whenever I done it, and then you do it, and you're like, oh, I don't feel any different.
I know.
Nothing changes. You're
Happiness comes from within.
Let's go real deep here. I don't believe in happiness. What do you think of that?
Connor, I will give you a 5 minute.
Right, 5 minutes
No.
now.
Connor's going to get 5 minutes every episode where he can talk his deep dive of knowledge or whatever you've learned that week.
Right.
Because I am not.
Happiness
I didn't say it's
doesn't
starting
exist.
yet. I am actually going to put a timer on. How do you do
Because-
this? I forgot my phone. Like I've never forgot my phone, and I will put a timer here, and you can talk.
So Danielle forgot her phone and then just took mine.
But that's okay. Where's the timer on this thing?
Right. I'm just going to continue while you're
Why
finding
is your
the
phone
timer.
so random? How do you find a timer?
Don't know.
Oh, there.
I've got like 14,000 emails there.
Okay,
Someone see my
let's
phone
do a
one day. You know
timer.
the red dots that tells you how many emails you have or like notifications. Someone's seen mine and there's like 14,000 emails that are on red, but they're all
Right.
like spam.
Tell me the topic first so I can cut you off. You can have... do you know what?
I don't need 5 minutes.
I'm going to give you a minute.
I'll have this wrapped up
wanna-
in 40 seconds. Go.
Okay.
Let's
Ready, steady.
Happiness doesn't exist because it's not somewhere you can actually get to. You don't get into your car and drive to happiness, right? You don't get up in the morning and go, today I'm going to be happy. What you do is happiness is found by successive moments of meaning. This sounds so pretentious, I know, but listen
Keep
to me.
going. You're there.
You got 17 seconds.
No,
See,
I'm
I
not
told you
showing
loads
you.
of time.
Go on ahead.
So if you do something every day that gives you a sense of meaning, it could be tidying your room, it can be saving the world from a nuclear bomb. It doesn't matter what it is, wee small things or big things. Whatever gives you meaning, you get up every day, you get meaning in your life. At the end of the day, you go to bed happy. But happiness is not a destination.
4,
It's not somewhere you can
3,
get to.
2, 1. Okay, that was impressive. Honestly, it was like I'm going to say GPT because I keep saying GBT. That was good. Did you look that up before you came in here? Was that
No,
like,
I literally have just came that everybody, like, they're like, oh, I'm not happy, I want this, want that. It's like, just find meaning. Find
do
meaning in your
think-
life. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to get up every day and save the world. You don't have to give thousands of pounds to charity every day. You can just get up and go, today I'm going to help somebody. Today, all right. I can't even think. Shows you how. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, my thing was, before I went to the gym yesterday morning, I said that every single set I was going to do, I was going to lift more than last week. So some weeks you lift more, some weeks you can't. But I was like, no, I'm going to lift more this week, every single one. And when I came out of the gym, I had done that. Went home, got showered, changed of clothes. I got a sense of meaning out of that one wee small achievement. And then we'd done other things in the business yesterday. We talked about with getting just wee things sorted. And whenever you tick each one of those off, you just get a wee bit of meaning. And then at the end of the day, you go, well, what did I achieve today? It doesn't have to be mad things. It can be, well, you ticked off that wee thing in the business and you lifted a wee bit more today in the gym, or you do a bit of running. You had a bit.
I'm going to be controversial.
What's that?
Meaning, yes, but I don't think that's happiness because you're still basing your happiness on a
Well, then
tick
what's
box.
happiness? Happiness
is I wake up today and go, I'm going to be happy.
So I said at the start of it that I don't think happiness exists because it's meaning dressed up as happiness. Think about it. You wake up in the morning, you say, I'm going to be happy. You can't walk outside the door and, the door slams in your face and splits you open, cuts your forehead. Like, you just got to go, but I said I was going to be happy, and your blood running down your face. Like, it doesn't exist. You can't force yourself to be happy. But you can get meaning from things, which at the end of the day, you can go, oh, today was a good day. I done this, I done that. And like, for anybody who has ever said to me, I remember chatting to one person, I'll not name them, but they were saying to me that they were name them, just out them here. No, they were saying to me about how they struggle with, like, they don't struggle with mental health or anything like that, but they were struggling. They were like, I don't know what I want to do, and I'm in a job, I'm not really happy at it, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with that. And I was like, just give up your time for somebody. Just go, if you play soccer, go to your local soccer club and just be like, I want to volunteer with under 10s. It doesn't have to be the senior team winning big trophies. Just volunteer your time.
Do you know who's the best person at that?
Who?
Who am I going to say is the happiest, most meaningful person? Who gets meaning out of everything, the smallest thing that you can think of? Okay,
Probably your dad.
Yes. I thought you were going to get there.
No.
My daddy's very good at that.
Aye. Your dad will get meaning out of a pint of Guinness.
Aye.
He'll
everything.
be like, that's a lovely pint of Guinness.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy that now. And like, he'll do that. Imagine you're doing that 30 times a day. Imagine how much more. I'm saying happiness doesn't exist. But being happy can exist, but happiness doesn't exist. We're starting into quantum here, aren't we? It's like quantum physics
kind of
here.
side reeled there.
But what I'm saying is, I'll close it off with this because not bore people, but what I'm saying is,
I feel like I've give you longer than the 40 seconds now when I
see, I
think
know
of it.
Jim, and then I just took over. I think that for me anyway, I was saying that person to go and like volunteer their time or do something, and they went and done something. They came back to me and were like, "Oh, you're right." I remember coaching camogie and been like, "What am I doing here under 12 camogie?" Like you had said to me about Tammy was there and go and getting involved and stuff, and I was like, right, I'll go and done it. And like the meaning that I got out of that was more probably even than, like, I love playing hurling, but I get more meaning out of coaching than I did playing, because playing's for me. Okay, it's for my teammates too, but it's for me. I'm getting enjoyment out of playing the game, but I'm getting meaning out of watching all the players that I'm coaching improve, and you're doing something, and then they score as a result of what you've been coaching them. And then at the end of the training, they're all going, oh, thank you, before they leave and go home to their mummies and daddies. And you're like, they're thanking me and I'm getting more out of this than them. They just don't realise it. And that's what I'm saying, is you just give up your time. You're struggling with something, you're like, I don't know what I want to do, Okay, just stop and just do something for somebody else. Don't have to have a pile of money, don't have to do anything like that. Just give up your time to somebody and you'll get tenfold back what you put in. My opinion and my experience.
I think that also leads into us having so many children. Like, people say, that's crazy, would you have that many? But I get a lot of meaning out of having our children, like their individual wee quirks. Like, people go, oh, do you not have a pile of hobbies, Danielle, like things for yourself? And for me personally, it's different for everybody. I get the most meaning out of seeing them achieve things, be happy, do life. Like, I couldn't be happier when I think of having all them children. Yes, of course, chaos. Like, our life's chaos. We left our house bomb site right now. It's really mental chaos. But
my mum's there babysitting. God bless her.
Thank you, man. Why is she up here?
I don't know. God bless her.
God bless her. What are you doing? But the same meaning, like, whenever I asked you to take Tammy for camogie, like, when you were younger, it would have been, you would have thought you would have took a hurling team. You would never think, oh, I must go take the camogie. But it's funny how life changes, and like, I always thought I wanted 4 children. Just, that was always my dream personally. And then we decided to have 6.
And you married a McSorley.
And I married a McSorley. Connor's from one of 9. First red flag in the relationship, big family. What was my dreams were put aside. You played hurling.
No,
and my dreams
I was joking about that. That's unfair.
My dreams were to have
you
all the children.
You were going to the gym and stuff too whenever I was playing hurling.
No, to be fair, my personality is quite laid back. Like, I don't have big, like, I am just content at home. I could stay in the house. I remember you went to Scotland. You used to work in Scotland, the family business. And I stayed at home for 12 days? Well, 3 weeks. And no bother to me. Like, I'm happy at home.
I really hated working away, because especially when you're young and have a young family, I feel like now
your friends
are
still going out and stuff. And
but also, not even that, no. I felt like I missed out a lot on the older two. Like, I missed birthday parties.
I would say that too. You would think audience have been together so long, but it's funny. Every child gets a different parent. Like, I believe, like, even if they're close together, because you're at a different stage, you're doing different things. You're
constantly learning. Like.
You've faced the world. Different things have happened.
Yeah.
But it is now that we are the smallest 3. I would say both of us go, oh, this is different. Like, it's nearly easier than it was at the start. Different pros and cons.
But also, I would say that we've went opposite ways, where I was a lot more opinionated and stuff when I was a lot younger, and now I'm like, grand, live and let live, who cares? And you're wouldn't have been opinionated at all ever, but now you're like, no, I think that this is the right thing to do, and you would not be opinionated, but you would have stronger convictions now than you ever did. And then also you would be more, both of us are so much more not looking for perfection, because it doesn't exist.
Contentment.
You're content with small things. Like, years ago, we had this right, and the car had to be gleaming clean, and everything had to be right.
Nice clothes.
Bang the microphone, that'll be good.
You'd have nice clothes. I know what you mean. Like, you were. Do you know what it is?
Everything had to be perfect, I suppose.
I was going to lead off that.
And I think that Blake taught us a lot of that, where you're just going through life and everything's just, oh, this is great, everything's perfect. And life has a way of just going, no. Now we're just going to throw a grenade in there, and you have to deal with it. There's no way out.
Time's also changed. If you think about it, like Blake, of course, we had a child with special needs, which it's just opens a whole new world to you. But when I think back, like, you think I started on social media, like, posting this time, December last year. But before that, it was Instagram mainly, right? And it was very curated. Like, as a generation whole, like, our upbringing, our early 20s was about perfection.
Yeah.
Across the board, it was achieving the perfect body, eating right, only 1 or 2 children at the exact right time, things like that. I think, personally, since I've been on TikTok, that people show a different side. It's like, this is our real life now. Like,
everybody's living the same shit show, and everybody thinks that somebody else has got their life in order. And the reality is, everybody's waking up and there's something in the house that's broke, and there's something else that's not sitting perfect, and they're not happy with the grey hair that's just showing on their head, or they're not happy with how white they're whatever it is.
My grey hair, I need to dye my hair. Is that what you were looking at? Is it the lighting?
No, but I'm just saying, everybody has those insecurities and things that, like, worry them. And Jesus, what happened there? And my voice just. But I do think with the likes of Blake there, it's taught me.
People don't know who Blake is. Blake's our son.
Blake's our son, the one with special needs. It's taught me a wild lot of patience that I didn't have. Don't be thinking for a second I'm unbelievably patient. I was unbelievably impatient, and now I'm a wee bit better. I'm still impatient, but when we get the diagnosis of Blake, it's like your two ways really of dealing with that I found, and this is me maybe being hyperlogical, and I think you don't really deal with it properly until you get past that. But originally I was looking at it going, I can either lie down and cry about this and complain and cry myself to sleep and sit in the corner. Nobody's coming to save you, and that's reality. You can cry about it, you can give off, and it's not easy. Or you can say, this is going to give me a bad kicking, but I'm going to come out of it. And I think it was, what do you call him, Professor Green was a rap artist years ago. Young people won't know who he is, but in one of his songs, Avalon, I think the song was called, he asked not for his cross to be lighter, but if I may have broader shoulders. Aye. So in other words, the cross is the weight it is. Mm-hmm. Blake's situation is not going to change. Mm-hmm. I can either crumble under the weight of that or just try and build myself that I'm not going to.
It's another point of showing up for him, because whenever we get the diagnosis of Blake, that we could do another episode on that maybe, but there was no answers. It was like, okay, there you go. Part of the reason I started like my page in TikTok was to talk about the things that maybe people don't come out and say, like things that helped us as a SEN parent, without going into detail, because I don't want to talk about his specific life, because like Blake would be classified as non-verbal, although in my eyes he's pre-verbal because he has loads of words. Like I think I don't like it. Maybe fits for some children, but Blake I don't think would be non-verbal. But with what I think he's comfortable with, I'd like to help somebody else, because we obviously, it's one of them things, you'll have took the diagnosis differently than me. I'm quite an emotional person, so I dealt with it immediately with,
There's so much to go into in that.
Or a 3-year podcast.
No, but I think one thing I would say is, if you or someone you know has recently had a diagnosis of whether it's autism, special needs, it could be a medical health condition, you really have two options, and that's crumble or stand your ground. And this is the part I don't think I've even dealt with ever. I think there's a grieving process in it, and I don't think I've ever grieved Blake, and that is something that's tricky even still to navigate. Like I navigated my whole 20s with that and never really talked to anybody about it, and it's tricky, but it's something I think we'll do a full episode on, because there's so much you can open that to and talk about, that if somebody's just recently got a diagnosis that they're going, well, what do you mean? And you could literally talk for a full episode on that, because
I would
there's
like
so much more on it.
Because I feel like I did grieve the diagnosis, I think, as much as I could, but I think that's why I done it on social media. It's important for me, not everybody can, but the people that have went through that and are happy to talk about it to an extent really helps, because that's what I was looking for the time of Blake's diagnosis. I was trying to find podcasts and they're all very technical and logical. It's like, somebody tell me that you've been here. Now,
it's like a spectrum. It's the problem. Nobody tells you how you'll feel when you walk into the kitchen again after having cleaned the window, and the window's covered in maybe rice water, which will stain the window white, like just you'll have to clean it again.
And people won't get
for
that.
The third time today.
People won't get
Blake
that.
Blake will like play with rice, and then
thing.
he flicks it onto the window, and you clean the window, and you come back like an hour later and he's done it again, and he's so crafty, he'll wait till your back's turned as well, and he knows he's not supposed to be doing it, and nobody tells you how that happening 5 times a day makes you feel. Nobody sees that.
And how then becomes
a textbook
normalised.
won't tell you that.
No.
That's where talking to other parents, and even if we can offer something to somebody that's listening, be like, well, I'm not alone. I look at people on Instagram and I see their perfect life, and they don't have to deal with their child doing this 5 times a day. There's thousands of parents out there are going through the exact same things you're going through. They're dealing with that every day. It's also one of the reasons why people who don't have special needs children or whatever, they're always worried about putting their foot in, as if like, I don't want to say the wrong thing or the wrong terminology. Special needs parents are the most forgiving people you'll ever meet. They just are like, we understand that you don't understand, because I didn't understand before I was dealt the cards was dealt either. So
you know what?
People would say, like, for example, special children are given to special people, like, and it's one of those things where most parents will feel a wee bit insulted at that.
Yeah.
But when people say that to me, I never ever would say, look, I don't believe that for a second. That's total horseshit. And like, I wouldn't, because I'd be standing there going, Jesus, I was just trying to say something nice because I don't know how to navigate this.
Do you know what you do?
We'll just go, I know what you mean.
You know what you do
is,
I found this along the way, is look at the children around you the siblings or the other children, they don't have that. They don't have that, oh, am I saying the wrong thing?
Aye.
How they treat the child with special needs or the adult with special needs is probably how you should treat them.
Aye.
Like everybody else.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But we'll close on that, and then I have a wee thing I want to do. But if any special needs parents are listening, we are you as well, and you're not alone. Well, you know what we'll do every episode, I think, is like something lighthearted. I may have
I got a bit
up.
deep there for 10 minutes.
I got a wee bit deep. I feel like we need a bit of crack now.
Aye.
Because we have no questions, I would like it to be that maybe some people write in. Right, okay, let's do this lighthearted because we no other questions. Most likely to couple edition. You ready?
Jesus.
Are you ready? So you sit. Why are you looking at your watch? Stop it.
Wishing the time away.
Stop. You got your time to shine. This is mine. We'll do it like quick-ish
Right,
because
go,
you don't
fire
have time
away.
to think about it because you'll think
Am I going to ask you any questions here? No,
Well,
have you
we're
just
both going to
listed
answer. So I'll say most likely to and then something and you'll say, do we say Conor and Danielle or me or you or just point? You'll just stay like this the whole time. No, right, okay. I'll say me or you say me. Or do you want to say Danielle and Conor?
Will we split screen this part, Nathan?
Most likely to say I'm not mad while mad. Me.
All day.
Yeah. Right, whatever. Most likely to apologise just to end it.
No.
Neither
of us.
We will stand our ground.
we're both
Like
fine.
you'll not turn me. Most likely to eat the other's food. Conor McSorley.
Only whenever you would always leave me a bit because you're like,
Doesn't matter. Say you were dieting. Now, Conor, it's PT if he's watching this. Conor, he messaged you the other
He
day.
did,
You
aye.
said you'd skipped a meal and he put in bold, you can't be skipping meals. And this is Conor. So you tell me I can't skip meal for? Is it Conor? You're paying this man to tell you that. I know, but like I am allowed to if I
he
want
was
to.
100% right and I just wanted to vent.
Right,
and what
okay.
happened was I skipped one meal during the day and I didn't have any more calories that day. It was just that
I bet-
he wants me getting protein in all these
We
different
know,
stages.
But you just do as you're told. You like, okay, back to it. Most likely to forget an anniversary. You.
I don't know
You
any
don't
of our
even know.
anniversaries.
You don't even know our
Not
children's
one.
birthdays.
I don't know all of our children's birthdays genuinely. I don't know them all.
Most likely to start the argument. Conor. Most likely to win the argument. Me. Conor has one of Conor's greatest talents is he is brilliant at saying sorry, and there's a reason for that.
'Cause I am a
usually
serial
always
apologist.
wrong. Right, okay. Most likely to hold a grudge.
You.
Me all day
All
long.
day.
I
I get over it and move on.
Okay, most likely to flirt for a free drink. This one's a bit dodgy now. I wouldn't think any of us. Why are you not saying anything? Right, we'll go on with that one. Most likely to get jealous over nothing. Neither.
You.
I am not. What are you
But
doing?
not over nothing. But you've been more jealous of me. I'm not jealous. Like,
You're very
I'm
quick to point
not
that
jealous.
finger there. I'm offended.
I'm
Now
actually
the
more
argument has
jealous
started. Most likely to fall asleep mid-film.
If I've got the dogs out, if I took my socks off.
This
on
is
the
the
sofa.
girls' side of having the dogs out. The
know.
carpet grubbers.
I have this thing where I like wearing ankle socks and then like I'll roll them halfway down my feet
It's an ick.
because
I'm gonna do an
I
episode
think
of
the
X.
socks have shrank in the dryer, right?
Maybe your feet are growing.
Maybe
Big
my
boy.
feet are going. But so like they're. Do you know when you're wearing your shoes all day like for too long and then they're like wild sore on your feet? I get the same thing with my socks. I need to buy new socks, right? But so I roll them
Are
halfway
you
down
wearing
my
Blake
foot.
socks?
No, I roll them halfway down my feet whenever we're watching TV at night.
I know.
And then
I have
I'd
a
be like
photo of you.
rubbing my toes together, but they're inside the socks. And like, I just go sleepy
I have
deepies.
a photo of you on my
first clip.
phone of like your feet stacked when you were like lying,
I do
and
that
I was
too.
like to the girls, "That's a
Look
big
out there.
ick." I could just have icks of you. That's wild. Anyway, most likely to embarrass the other in public.
Me, I don't get embarrassed.
Oh no!
I really
Everybody
don't get
gets embarrassed.
No,
Leave
I
it.
don't.
Right. Okay, it's going to be my goal for 2026 to embarrass you.
You'll be doing well. I do not get embarrassed.
What is our humour though to embarrass? Like where you have a weird
I find
sense
so
of
much humour in embarrassment.
But we
And see, like that. Do you know that? Do you ever see the style of comedy? I think Ricky Gervais used to do it. It was so funny where he was like, I know he's controversial and all that, but he was like, he went to the Golden Globe and he's just like, I don't care. He just made
I
all the
love
jokes
that
and he was
humour.
like, I don't care. I like that. I love that. It's class.
I do love. Right, one more. Which one? Most likely to forget where the car is parked. Conor would honestly forget that he had a car.
What happens with keys in our house?
It's shocking. Shocking. We could have 2 sets of keys for every vehicle and we've lost all of them.
My dad.
For the Tesla, Conor, we didn't have keys for how long?
We
actually had to
stopped
start with
working.
the
You put it through the
phone.
washing machine, but it wasn't me. Because I don't do any washing.
Well, that's okay. I'll take that one. That's it.
So we had to use the app of the phone, and then I bought a new key because I'm selling it now, so I want like the new owner to have a key. Can't sell a car without having a key.
That's true.
But I used to use that app all the time because I remember my dad gave me keys one time. Shout out Notorious VIV. He gave me a key to somewhere, and I went to go in. I went into the building, whatever it was, and came back out, locked the building, went over to the car, had lost the key. Went to the car, sorry, and went home. And between getting the door locked and going home, Dad said to me, he's like, "Have you that key?" I was like, "Aye." No.
And that never was found. Sure, the
Never
van
found.
keys from when you worked in the business, they were never found either.
No. I'd never give me a set of keys. Just don't give me them. Just say, "Look,
If
Conor,
you
I'll go
notice-
with you and open the door because you're a nightmare with keys."
Do you know what? This actually we'll do a different one. You on our wedding, we'll do maybe an episode.
Oh, jeez.
We'll not talk about it now. Connor lost nearly everything. We got married in
Three
Barcelona.
suitcases.
And 1, 2, and then I actually held we only had 2 children at the time, and you weren't allowed to
my
hold their hands. That was dramatic. But I think we've done loads for a first podcast. What do you think? First episode.
Probably aye. Nathan's got a great job now having to edit it all.
I never really finished us getting together, and then we got to having Tammy and left it.
Aye.
Aye, so we had Tammy. You continue playing county hurling because
Bella was born.
my dreams didn't matter. Yep, we had Bella in the
I
middle
only
of that.
started county when Tommy was born, I think.
Aye, of course. He
And
only
then-
started county when we had a child.
No, I had been there before and then left and then went back and then stayed for many years. But then Bella and all was
We
born.
had Bella,
and
so
then
we had our second child, and then
I finished up county in 2016, I think it was.
I
We
don't
got to
know.
All-Ireland final in 2015.
When I was doing my degree, were you doing county? I don't think you were.
No, I don't think so. It was 2017.
Then we had our third, which was our son, our wee man. And then we had lockdown baby. So we had a good 4 years between. So that, what are we on now? That's a lot of children. 3, and then we had the lockdown baby. And then we had Rose and Jade. So yeah, that's up to now. That was our
It's just been chaos.
since you were in a family business for a long time. And now you're doing
And then
what's on your top
I
there.
do a company called Charger. That's where the recharge. But I actually have had this idea for years. One time in Scotland, I had a wee. It's called a 2i2, which is like you'll know what a 2i2 is. What do you call a company that makes that? Focusrite 2i2. I had that in the laptop and I had a condenser mic, and I remember sitting in a hotel
yes.
with a big blanket over the top of me, like the duvet,
Aye.
to try and sound deaden it.
Aye.
And I'd done a podcast. I think it's actually still on the laptop, but it was very technical. It's nothing like this here. And then I never done anything with it. I think when you're part of a family business, you don't want to step out and do something like that in
Especially
case
then. It's different
affects
now.
sales and
People
stuff.
do a lot more.
Well, now it's your own business, and I don't really care.
And you've wrote poetry. You want to enter the score this year?
Going out to score this year, we'll have a crack at that.
Because guess what? Connor hasn't enough hobbies, and my dreams are still in the bin over there.
You tell me your dreams. I'll support them, Pat. How's
You
that
are
sound?
my dream. That's
There we are. Look.
No, I have my dreams. I always wanted to post on social media, and I was too scared. Just as you say, always too scared.
I mean, you just went and done it.
And
it
then
went well for you. Fair
As
play.
I got older and I had daughters and realised all the insecurities you have, your fears, and had our son and special needs, that life isn't perfect, I was like, no, it's a bit therapeutic for me to post and say things that maybe I wouldn't normally have said. And it is lovely, as you say, meaning people, I get loads of DMs, people saying thanks for saying that. I don't want to say it out loud. And do you know what I mean?
Definitely. And that's what like I said, to start a new year, like I'm not making a new year resolution, but what I'm going to do is just, like, if I want to enter the score, I'll do the score. If I want to do
Life's
something else,
too
I'll do it.
short.
Life's short. And you're always hampered by what everybody else thought, and all of that comes from ego. And just address ego, bring it down and go, nobody cares. You just do your thing. Then you're free to do it.
I think that's a good note to end on, isn't it? Well, hopefully we'll have our socials up for the Recharge podcast
we'll
by
get
then.
that sorted.
Yeah, and
As if we don't have enough to do.
yeah, but sure, here
We'll make it work.
we are
always do.
chaos monkeys. Do you remember? Now it's been a while since somebody's took all our children, but when they do, and we're sitting in the house, we're like, "What is this? Is boring." So we thrive on
the sound
chaos.
of
We're
silence.
institutionalized, or is it Stockholm syndrome when you
Don't know.
you love your life because you've no other choice? But we will hopefully put up questions maybe, or like a question box people might want to,
and a bit of crack. And we're also going to run competitions. We want to get sponsors on the podcast too, but we don't want to be bringing on sponsors that are going to dictate the tone of the podcast or whatever. It'll just be, no, we're not doing that. It has to be authentic in what we want to do. But yeah, we're looking for hoping to get some sponsors on board. I don't want it to just be an advertisement for my company, Charger.
Conor, this is no other clothes. Let's remember
I
that.
have no other-
And I wanted to talk. This was,
Coming
your
from the meeting
hoodie.
too, in fairness.
And then I work pregnant. Like, I will go out and buy clothes. But then this is me. I just wear hoodies and leggings. Like, no point being somebody I'm not. Like.
Who cares, exactly. But no, we'll do some giveaways. I'm gonna do like bundles.
I'll give
and stuff
Conor away. I'll put you up for auction.
We'll do giveaways and prizes and stuff as well whenever we had certain followers and different things. So we'll get that going. A bit of crack with.
It could be a good crack.
So yeah, thanks very much.
Hopefully you've lasted this long, and if you have, thanks very much, and we'll hopefully see you in the next episode. We'll link our socials below.
We will.
And hopefully we'll have socials all going.
Yep. And thanks to our producer and background team and everybody. Thanks a million. And
Good.
yep. See you next week.